Welcome to my channel. Today I just want to share another quick tips vid. This time I want to share with you the monster that has been carrying me on its back since Christmas. Yep, if you guessed rank 1 Sanitarian, you are correct. See, when I first read the skill move sheet on Santa, I knew this was the best tank in the game being handed to free to play, but only if you got it to rank 1, which required logging in on Christmas Day. I would basically get to the point of cussing players who argued max Azul or 115 Azul was better. So today I want to break down Santa and go over the key points people don't pay attention to or have neglected to think about. And I especially want to go over the features of Santa that got even better upon the release of Mythics. So the first thing is his trait. At 105 through 130, he is the only Mega Taunt trait in the entire game. His traits make a dramatic change at level 115 though. He gains Artifact and loses Harden, making him immune to all effects. This has its obvious pros, but I want to highlight its not so obvious cons since Mythics are here. I believe its cons now outweigh its pros. Santa not being able to be affected means I can't put protection on him, and since the release of Mythics, protection on a 105 or 110 Santa is the most powerful tank strategy in this game. Santa with evade or a decent protection demands a positive effect removal spell from your opponent or they can't touch anyone on your team. Just to use a quick example, imagine I never leveled my rank 1 Santa. I could feed it to level 11 and pair it with 100 Oliviera and an attacker. And Santa will start the battle with evade and be so slow he won't ever get his turn before the fight ends. If they don't have a purr, they won't even land one hit on my team, allowing you the ability to hit back unanswered till you win. Now the reality is there isn't many good PvP defenses that don't carry a purr between the team, so I wouldn't recommend this idea, but I'm using it to prove Protected Santa demands a purr. So the last thing I ever want my Santa to have is Artifact. The number one thing I want him to have is a protection buff, like evade, mirror damage, any pro shield, even trait protection is awesome. If you watch my main team at the moment, and basically since Christmas, you can see the core point is protecting Santa. I use revive to put evade on him as often as possible. Azul, even at max 130, could never dream of any of this. Putting evade on Azul with revive does not save my team from damage. He only has Mega Taunt buff, which once lost in the fight doesn't come back without a hard cast. And speaking of hard cast, skill, guess what move I found sleeping in Santa's workshop? Cast a random protection buff on your entire team. That can go from evade all the way to some random stuff like can only be damaged from nature attacks or light attacks, etc. It's like Santa has a Maroc in his pocket. So if I can keep putting protections on Santa, how many purrs does the average Mythic team have? This move has made 105 Santa hands down the best free-to-play tank in this game. I believe 110 still has not become possible as a free-to-play. I myself am 65 cells away from 110, which I believe to be the best tank in the game, period, at the moment. I expect this to change in the future, but since there's no telling when this could be, I wanted to share this information so people could take advantage. The last thing I want to talk about is his gear. Gear to me means runes and relics. Santa should only ever wear life or team speed runes. Life runes are best versus damage, and team speed are best when you plan to be aggressive or facing off against life percentage moves like versus Rag, Hornet teams. I am too lazy to switch Santa runes, so I just stack life on mine as much as possible, have him at 205k HP. His relics, I believe the best in-slot armor relic for Santa is Nabuto's armor. My reasoning is it combos with his Jingle Bell 75% heal, always being able to bring Santa back to full HP even from 1 HP. So for whatsoever reason you can't protect Santa and a big boy Mythic level 130 gets to swing on him, if he dies we revive evade, if he lives we full heal. I want to end this video with something very important. Charging banner. is the best in-slot relic. It is better than diamond relics for not one reason, but two reasons. First, diamond relics that trigger at 50% HP can and will be played around, meaning people will intentionally not take your HP below 50 to prevent the trigger. Charging Banner cannot be played around. It is always going to do its thing 100% of the time. What's its thing? Letting you have enough stamina to take your turn. That's its thing. Second, diamond relics only trigger 2 times in a fight. Charging Banner triggers 3 times. So if you've been salvaging charging banners, I'm sorry, and I love you, and have a nice day. And thanks again for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow. I left plenty of Santa information out because I feel it's not as important, like which other 2 moves he uses. I just wanted to put him on your radar. Thanks.